Alright, so episode 9. It's been a couple of months from episode 8, but gonna actually try and cover some basics and cover a match. And hopefully it'll be a good video. So, token choice. Locks linger between rounds, so it's important to get them off as fast as possible. That's true. A reason you probably wouldn't want to do it is like purely for defense. You must also think about defense. So force management, spend force over focus when it comes to defending one dice. Focus has more potential. So, say for example, multiple ships are attacking you. You get the one of eyeball. Use that force because your eye has more potential. Initiative bid. Winning initiative could get you first asteroid. Yes, it will get you first asteroid. If you have to pilot the same skill, so it's just like obvious, uh, you know, stuff. One thing I say is that if they win initiative, person who wins can get more of a chance to bump any. Uh, I don't know the term, but bump enemy ships, which can stop them from getting their like important actions and stuff. Starting position, preferably to be fighting shits with less pilot skill, so you can move after them and shoot first. Pretty obvious stuff. Movement. Importance on looking where the green part is looking on the model, so you know where it is facing. Sounds troll, but you definitely don't want to just mess up because you're not looking at where the ship is actually facing. And that can happen with enemy ships because sometimes they just look weird as hell. Afterburners allows you to move in a general direction, then more precisely line up with your target. Darth Vader's created link movement to boost focus the barrel. Bit of a weird one. Let's check out asteroids. Placing your asteroids in the corner allows for maximum space when your opponent is trying to block you. So probably a mindset there is like your fleet or like your big ship. You want more space for them. So this is something you could do. And obviously, if you look over here, you've got this nice little open space to get towards. So when you're really in there, say for example, you're doing a joust, you can eventually go like boop, 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 and maybe get some like firing on some objectives. I haven't really used that. Placing all three rocks in the corner sounds interesting. Uh, placing. So good idea to place opponent large rocks slash clouds meant to block you in the corner. So yeah, when they pick rocks that counter pick you, best to just get them out of the way. So continuing on, good against large ships like Falcon that try and bank and boost around corners. So it's a lot. It's a lot tighter, I guess. An interesting idea. Makes it more tight for that kind of play. And I'll look at the list. Placing rocks range free from corner will make the asteroid field more cluttered. Yeah. Placing rocks range free will make the asteroid field more cluttered. So, once again, this makes it harder for big ships and formations to do stuff. Uh, one rock in the middle, then two on the left creates a channel. So You also want to keep an idea of like what kind of open lanes can you create. And open lanes is obviously something you want for your formation thing. And here's a good thing: moving in formation. So you're gonna see me mess this up, but like genuinely, the you want your ships on the inside doing smaller banks than the right. So if you do a 2 on the left and then double 3 on the right, you will actually no. If you do double 2 on the left and 1 3 on the right, you will have a perfect formation. Assuming. So this is a bit weird. Rule of 11. Combine all movement forward till you reach rule of 11. That is your perfect range for a lock. So, if I'm thinking theory, uh, if I'm thinking theory, let's say I move, both ships move forward 1, so that's 2. Both ships move forward 4, that's 10. And I guess logically, that's rule of 11. But actually, let's read this out, and then I'm gonna actually show it in game. So combine all movement forward till you reach rule of 11. That is your perfect range for a lock. To skip the math, when they move fast, you move slow, and vice versa. You start with rule of 1. Well, I'm just gonna do that. But yeah, if you want to skip the math and go more ape, you can predict slow movement by what, uh, by what you want to. You can predict slow movement by objectives turn 2. So that's quite obvious. So I'm just going to try to show this in game. Show an example of the rule of 11, like, or just like the concept of go slow when they go fast, and vice versa. So here we have a Juno Eclipse in the X1 versus a Fenrir and a Fangfire. So Juno Eclipse wins if she's not in range 1. Fenrir wins if he is in range 1. So if we're talking about the rule of 11, Juno goes 1, Fenrir goes 5, that's 6. Juno goes 1 again, Fenrir goes 5 again, that's 12. But I think Fenrir can boost, right? He can boost. So that's a strong thing about him. Let's have a look. At least I'll show you the concept. Show you the concept. So I should have both dials. Goes 5. Goes 5. No. Goes 1. Flip the Fenrir. Flip the Juno. Go back to dials. We get to 12. And then go 1. So move forward. Move forward. But of course, Fenrir could also. So this is like 12. If we look at the firing arcs, Juno's still winning because it's range 2, right? And if we go back and make it 4, or not quite, it's still decent. It's range 2. So I guess if you want that perfect like bomber situation, it's more so a rule of 10. We go back. Oh, whoops. Rule of 10. If these are both moving at rule 10, Juno is heavily winning. If that makes sense. I'm going to change like rule of 10. If we're looking at a bomber like range-free barrage rockets, Fenrir can't do anything. And yeah, it just looks good. But of course, Fenrir is such a good ship that he can get in that range one very easily. But that's why you have to blow him up with like two other ships. He's really good at dueling, man, because he can just go that damn fast. And also, if he really is going that fast, you're probably gonna blow him up with other uh, fighters and stuff. So that just gives you a concept of like the joust of like not being in range one versus like range three. I changed it to rule of 10 because that's the perfect range free bonus situation. So you could probably like predict turn two, uh, move forward one, and that'd be like your situation. So let's assume they move forward one twice to get an objective. Bombers move forward four twice, and then boom, perfect range free in an ideal world. But yeah, moving on. Initiation kills. Best type of kills. If a ship kills another ship with a higher pilot skill, it will still. No, if another ship kills another ship with the same pilot skill, it will still be able to attack. Striking first from a higher tier can prevent a large amount of damage. So if a 6 kills a 5 and anything less, it will not be able to shoot back, which is why you want to do those initiation kills. So yeah, so it's probably like you might see like low tier ships with high amount of health, but what really counts is killing those like high initiation, because those are the ones that really get the crazy stuff off first and really snowball. Moving on, we got kill zones. Multiple ships attacking in one direction zone. You never want to spread your damage, especially against ships built to joust. Only exception is when you can think you can kill with one ship, range one, or range one bonus. So the only reason you wouldn't spread your damage is like you're arrogantly thinking you can like kill it later with another ship, or you want to utilize range one bonus, so you don't want to take a range 0 shot that you can't mod. So obviously kill zones can serve a checkmate scenario where you cover all areas it could possibly go and just kill it. So we got joust. After 2 movement, you are put into a situation where if win initiative, your K turn will bump and theirs will not. So say they move forward first, your K turn has a much likely chance of actually working, if that makes sense. Big ships have high body block potential, so think about Fenrir matchup that wants to get close as possible. You can just send a big ship, it'll bump, and then that's a range 0 on your big ship, and your ships get your range 3 shots, like an idea. Plane run missions is very important. 2-point ship can sit on objective and earn itself 6-point ships. Can sit on objective and earn itself 6 points. Earn itself 2 points. Oh yeah, I'm just saying. A small worthless ship like a TIE fighter can prove itself by like getting like 6 points. So that in theory that is literally like a TIE fighter killing a 6-point worth ship, a Darth Vader, which is not realistic. But that just shows you how important points actually are to play around. Assault the satellite array should have a great emphasis putting rocks between objectives. So on that map, on that mission, if you have a ship close to an objective, you get a point. Large ships can cover 2 points. So if you see your opponent actually able to get 2 points from one ship, that means you really troll with your rocks. let's look at general mistakes and then we'll look at an actual match. So general mistakes: no bumps allowed turn 1 to 4. You need space between ships. 1-4 template to not bump when performing the same bank. So you gotta make sure to create that space. Going too fast against proton torpedoes. So that's one thing. Just looking at their cards, man, and just seeing like what is their missiles best at. K turns that guarantee not threatening a target that matters unless they do an extreme movement. So yeah, that's just like movement issue. Not playing for points the entire match. You can have a terrible start, but if you got points, you can make a comeback. So you could greed and go for that possible range 1 stuff. But honestly, if you go for that range 1 stuff, you just have a greater chance of just losing. They could possibly get out of arc and just win. Which is why you should just be playing points. K turns that guarantee not threatening, blah blah, not playing for points. Can make a comeback. Missed triggers are not playing around them. Examples: Seventh Sister, Han Solo, rock rerolls, Fen Rao removing red tokens after ally landing on a cloud. Clearly lose joust, must run away round 1 or at least not direct. Playing so safe with ships that are not involved in fights nor objectives. Yeah. If you play too safe with ships, they just won't be playing the game the entire match. Not playing around pilot skill, which could result in you getting bumped. No future plans for your Vader. Can't afford to bump twice. Big ships are so easy to block when moving between asteroids and suddenly you can full collapse with all ships afterwards. Need to have a game plan post turn 4, predict enemy movements. Predict enemy movements, forcing them to bump. Alright, let's check out a match. Alright, so here we got Meta versus Metal. You got Empire versus Rebels. I've got bombers, I've got Darth Vader in the Rear Admiral, and I even got a Mauler just for extra. And then we have Han Solo with the rock re-rolls and the defense dice on the big ship. Then you have Luke Skywalker, just really good stats for the cost, and it can heal itself. Boudica, if you don't shoot her, she shoots you in a Feng fighter. And you got, I think it's Hera, which can pass tokens around. I'm just gonna check something. Alright, so looking at how I win this match. So with my bombers, I want to blow something up. So, but it's not going to be that simple. But looking at this is Assault the satellite array. If I'm looking at how troll my asteroids are like, this is an open lane for Han Solo to have 2 points, and you're gonna see it happen, and it's gonna be punishing. But yeah, I could even have made it like a bit tricky. I could even had a rock over here to like make it a lot more harder to do. But yeah, so already asteroids are bad. Alright, so looking at the actual game, rock placement, there's like a gap Han Solo can get to when I could have clearly blocked, so that's already terrible. But actual game plan, bombers blow up one of their ship, the numbers advantage. And also I gotta protect my destinator while also getting good triggers. And then Mauler is kind of just chilling at the back, getting points. I feel like that's the best way to play him, and if he can sneak in and get a shot off or 2, that would be cool. I feel like he just wants to chill at the back, take evades, and just relax. But he sadly gets like sniped range 3 twice, so it's a bit sad. But let's have a look. Mitch, he wins by literally killing my big ships and playing good points. But I do lose this. So here I'm thinking like, I clearly want to overwhelm him. Like this is extremely difficult to get space to go in. Like I feel like when he's committed here, I can just go boop, 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 like that. And possibly get things going. But let's look at our round 1 and 2. So it's very simple. Fenral obviously runs away. Uh, the the bombers make the opportunity. So I don't have many shots here. I honestly don't think I could have contested this way better, man. I could have all 3 bombers contesting this. And I did a free bank, and he actually managed to curve it and get out of my range. So that was sad. And then Han Solo and Luke get double shots into my maul and kill it range 4. I mean range 3. So it's just sad. Yeah, already round 1, like not contesting this a bit. Like my bombers are getting no value here. So here I curve, which just gets. This is the thing. I feel like with my decimate, I could have just done 1, 1, 1. Just get value, Darth Vader, 1, and then just keep going up. Change my agile gunner, 1, 1. Every time I curve into the middle, it just gets blocked or gets destroyed and violated. Like it's just terrible. If I'm gonna try this out. And then also like the bombers are not gonna have a future, man. Bombers just don't have a future to care about. They get shots of Han Solo, obviously they get damaged in, but man, it's already too late. And now I'm in this awkward situation. I feel the only reason you actually want to turn in with this ship, considering you have Agile Gunner, is to like make your way back. You don't turn this early with Decimator. It's just absolutely dog doo-doo piss. And then Luke is just like curving, coming back. And then I'm just crashing in, like it's just terrible. So if I'm thinking about how I win this match, like this needs to not curve so early. Bombers need to be contesting Han Solo more in this 2 points. Mauler needs to play a bit more set. Mauler needs to take an evade. That's what he needs to do, not a focus. And yeah, that's more like my brute force. And also, I want to comment on this is a good way to play. Oh, I just want to comment. This is a good way of playing big ships. Like, say for example, I'm playing Decimate against a firing squad like this. Like, I can do 2 straight, 1 hard. I can do like. Let's actually have a look at this. So he did like 2 straight. Then I could do 2 hard. And then while the swarm's trying to chase me, I'm doing back shots, back shots. I'm doing back shots, then I curve through here, my bombers go like that. Just shows you a better game plan. Decimator does not want to go hard like this. But yeah, that's more like my brute force analysis. And the end for the X-Wing episode 9 video.